Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be talking about galvanic cell and how they work. Consider for instance, a copper rod dipped in a copper sulfate solution and a zinc rod dipped in zinc sulfate solution. Now these two metal rods are connected through a wire, and in between we have a voltmeter which is going to tell us whether the current is passing through it or not. If current is passing through it, we will observe some kind of deflection here. Now, in the electrochemical series, we know that zinc is more reactive as compared to copper. That means zinc is going to have more tendency to lose electrons and it will form zinc plus 2 ions. Since here it is losing electrons, so this process is your oxidation. Loss of electron is known as oxidation, and wherever oxidation is taking place, that terminal is known as anode. So here you will observe that oxidation is happening at anode. So this process involves the liberation of electron, and this liberated electrons move through this voltmeter and reaches to this second metal rod, that is your copper. Now since the solution contains copper sulfate ions, that means they will have Cu plus 2 ions present in it. Now this Cu plus 2 ions are going to extract these electrons and will lead to the formation of copper solid. So this will gain two electrons and form copper solid. Gaining of electron is a process which is known as reduction, and wherever reduction is happening, that terminal is known as cathode. So the overall reaction is going to be zinc solid plus copper plus 2 ions giving Zn plus 2 ions plus copper solid. But as the number of Zn plus 2 ions increases in this solution, no more Zn plus can come into the solution because the solution is electrically charged, and a solution, or you can say that here electrolyte, can never be electrically charged. It should always be neutral. So after some time, reaction is going to stop. You won't even see any kind of deflection here because the reaction which has happened, it is just bare minimum. So to avoid this kind of situation, we are going to use here a salt bridge. What is a salt bridge? Salt bridge is an inverted U tube like this, and this contains a salt. And we don't directly put the salt in it. We are first going to mix it with an agar-agar paste. So the salt you can use here is, we are using here is KCl. You can also use NaCl. You can also use NaNO3 depending upon which is more suitable. Now we are going to mix it with agar-agar paste. It is a gelatin-like of substance which we obtained from any algae. Now, as this solution will be positively charged because more number of Zn plus 2 ions are present, so the Cl minus ions from this salt is going to enter this solution to neutralize it. Same is going to happen on the other side as this solution is more rich in sulfate ions because copper plus 2 ions have moved to this rod. So it is negatively charged. So K plus ion will come into the solution to neutralize it. So what is the use of salt bridge? Salt bridge is a junction that connects the anodic and cathodic compartments in a cell or an electrolytic solution. And the main function of salt bridge is to help maintain the electrical neutrality in the electrolyte within the internal circuit. So it is also forming an internal circuit. Electrons are moving from here and this negatively charged are coming back to here like from this salt bridge. So this is maintaining an electrical neutrality. So what if this salt bridge is not used or it is absent? So the reaction will likely continue, of course, for some time, and the solution of one half electrode will gather positive charge and the another half will gather negative charge, and after some time this cell will stop and no electricity will be produced. So it is very important to use a salt bridge in any galvanic cell. I hope you understood the video and liked it. Please share it with your friends. I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care.